Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something pretty fundamental, I think. This idea. If you never try it, you will never know.
Mm-hmm. That's a classic, isn't it?
It really is. And to help us explore it, we've got this transcript from the EDP English Dialogue podcast. They had Mike and Emma discussing exactly this.
Right. A good starting point.
Yeah. So our mission today, for everyone listening, is to kind of dig into why trying stuff is so important, what actually stops us,
Those roadblocks?
Exactly. And crucially, how we can maybe push past those things, hopefully leading to some, growth and discovery for all of us.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's always that tension, right? Comfort versus the unknown potential.
Totally. Mike and Emma seem to hit on that right away.
Okay, so let's jump in. The big why. Why bother trying new things?
Well, Mike and Emma straight away talk about growth, but not just like learning a new skill.
No, it's broader.
Yeah, it's about learning about the world, sure, but also about yourself. Your limits, what you can actually do, even if it doesn't pan out like you thought.
Right. And thinking about it psychologically, every time you try something, you're actually, you're creating new pathways in your brain. It's that whole neuroplasticity thing.
Oh, interesting. So it's literally changing your brain.
Yeah, expanding its capacity. And like Emma said, it's not just skills, it's self-discovery,
Mm-hmm.
finding out who you are.
Exactly. Emma's point about finding passions, that really struck me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many things do you love doing now that you kind of just stumbled into?
That's so true. Very few passions are planned from day one, I reckon.
You just try something, maybe reluctantly, and then bam, it clicks. It's like there's this hidden world of stuff you might enjoy, but you can't see it until you try.
Which makes you wonder, doesn't it? What potential talents or, hobbies are just lying dormant because we didn't take that first step.
Yeah, the opportunity cost of not trying. We see someone who's great at something, but forget all the attempts and messes it took to get there.
Mm-hmm. All the trial and error.
And it's not always about finding your one true passion either, is it? Emma talks about confidence.
Right, just the act itself.
Yeah, stepping out of your comfort zone, whether you ace it or, just get through it, it proves something to yourself.
Absolutely. It's like building resilience, little by little.
Like a muscle. Yeah.
And that fits perfectly with what Mike says about failure.
Oh, right. Reframing failure.
Yeah. He doesn't see it as the opposite of success. It's just part of it, an essential part even.
Like in science.
Mm.
A failed experiment still gives you data.
Exactly. You learn what doesn't work, which is super valuable for figuring out what does. Don't dwell on the setback, learn from it.
Okay, so we get why trying is good. But what stops us? Those mental roadblocks you mentioned.
Well, Mike starts with the big one, fear.
Just general fear?
Well, yes, but also specific fears. Fear of failing, obviously,
Sure.
but also fear of rejection, which can be really powerful. And just, fear of the unknown, what's going to happen.
Uncertainty, yeah. It's easy to imagine the worst.
It really is. Our brains are kind of wired for that, historically speaking, even if the danger now is just like embarrassment.
And Emma adds self-doubt to that mix.
The inner critic.
Yeah, that voice saying, you can't do this, or you look stupid. It can stop you before you even start.
It's insidious, that voice. And often it's based on old ideas about ourselves that aren't even true anymore.
So you have to actively challenge it.
Pretty much. Look for evidence against it, even small wins from the past.
Then Mike mentioned something simpler, maybe. The comfort of routine.
Oh, yeah. The easy path.
It's just easier to stick with what you know, isn't it? Even if it's a bit boring. Trying new things takes effort, mental energy.
It does. Habits are efficient for the brain. They run on autopilot. Breaking out requires conscious effort to forge a new path. Inertia is strong.
And the last one Emma brought up was societal expectations.
Yeah.
Worrying what other people think.
Right. Fear of judgment. Will people laugh? Will they think less of me if I don't succeed immediately?
That could be a surprisingly big deal.
Absolutely. We're social creatures. We want to fit in, be accepted. Sometimes what we think others think matters more than what we want.
But Mike had a hopeful note there.
Yes.
He said, just knowing these barriers exist, just acknowledging them,
Yeah.
that's the first step.
That's huge. Just naming the fear or the doubt takes away some of its power. You can start to look at it objectively.
Right, thinking about your thinking.
Metacognition, yeah. Once you see it, you can start to deal with it.
Okay, let's make it more real. Mike and Emma shared some personal stories. Mike talked about moving cities for a job.
Mm-hmm. Big leap.
Said he was really nervous, leaving the familiar behind. But ultimately, it led to loads of growth, personally and professionally.
And that's relatable, right? Lots of listeners have probably faced similar choices. Hearing a positive outcome makes it feel more possible.
Definitely. And Emma shared about starting her blog.
The vulnerability of that?
Totally. Putting her thoughts out there. But she found this unexpected joy in writing, connecting with people.
That highlights the surprise element, doesn't it? The rewards you get often aren't the ones you expected when you started.
Yeah, you couldn't have predicted that connection beforehand.
You just have to start.
But they didn't just share success stories, which I think is important.
Oh, good. Balance is key.
Mike talked about trying surfing.
Ah, yes. How did that go?
Mostly falling, apparently. More wipeouts than waves.
Haha. Sounds familiar for surfing.
But he said he still had fun, found it humbling, and gained respect for the skill involved.
See, that's crucial. It normalizes not being instantly good at things. There's still value, even fun, in just doing it regardless of the outcome.
Shifts the focus from the result to the experience itself.
Exactly.
And Emma's story about a cooking competition.
Right, she didn't win.
Nope. But she learned a ton about cooking under pressure, and maybe more importantly, realized she actually prefers just enjoying eating, not competing.
That's brilliant self-knowledge gained from a quote-unquote failure.
Totally. It's not an endpoint, it's just information, a course correction.
So valuable. Okay, so knowing all this, how do we actually do it? How do we push past the fear?
Emma had a great practical tip. Start small. Really small.
Don't try to climb Everest first.
Exactly. Just take one tiny, manageable step. It makes it feel less overwhelming, builds a bit of momentum.
That's such good advice. Break it down. Small wins build confidence for the next step.
Yeah. And Mike suggested shifting your focus. Instead of thinking about what could go wrong.
Focus on the upside.
Yeah. Ask yourself, what's the best possible outcome here? Try to get excited about that rather than scared.
Nice. Using positive anticipation as fuel.
Emma also mentioned preparation.
Like doing your homework.
Kinda. Researching, practicing privately, maybe talking to someone who's done it before.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling prepared reduces that fear of the unknown.
Makes sense. Preparation gives you a feeling of control, even if it's just a little bit. Boosts confidence.
And Mike circled back to embracing failure.
Actively reframing it.
Yeah. Think of it as learning, as feedback, not something disastrous to avoid at all costs.
It's a mindset shift, isn't it? From fear of mistakes to seeing them as opportunities to learn. Fosters experimentation.
And finally, Emma stressed getting support.
Not going it alone.
Right? Friends, mentors, communities. People who encourage you, whether you succeed or stumble. That makes a huge difference.
Oh, absolutely. Having that support network, that safety net, makes taking risks feel much less scary.
So let's recap the payoff. What are the actual benefits we get from all this trying?
Well, Mike mentioned the obvious one. You gain experience every single time.
Successful or not?
Successful or not, there's always a lesson. Experience is knowledge you can't get from a book.
And Emma talked about resilience again. Pushing yourself makes you stronger.
Definitely. You learn you can handle challenges, you can adapt, you bounce back quicker next time.
Like strengthening that inner muscle we talked about.
Precisely.
Mike also brought up the joy of discovery again.
Finding unexpected passions.
Yeah. Or skills or just enjoyable experiences you never knew were out there. It adds like texture to life.
That element of serendipity, yeah. You just don't know what cool script you might find until you look.
And Emma made a great point about opportunities.
How so?
Trying new things often connects you with new people, opens doors you didn't even know existed, career paths, friendships, just broader perspectives.
Right. It expands your world, your network, your possibilities.
Okay, but is it always good to try? Are there times when it's okay not to?
That's a really important caveat. And yes, Mike pointed out, if something goes against your core values...
Or feels genuinely unsafe.
Exactly. Physically or emotionally unsafe, then it's absolutely okay, even wise, to say no. Protect your integrity and well-being.
Makes sense. Not every risk is a good risk.
Not at all. And Emma added that sometimes it's just not the right time.
Like if you're already overloaded.
Yeah, feeling overwhelmed, stressed, just not in the right headspace. Forcing yourself then can be counterproductive. It's okay to wait or pass.
So it's about balancing pushing yourself with respecting your limits.
Finding that sweet spot. Self-awareness is key.
Right. So wrapping up this whole conversation, Mike and Emma's and ours, it really boiled down to that simple phrase again, doesn't it? If you never try it, you will never know.
It really does. It sounds simple, but the implications are huge for how we live.
It's like a constant little nudge, isn't it?
Yeah, an invitation. Explore beyond what's comfortable. See what else is out there.
So for everyone listening, maybe take a second. Is there something you've been thinking about trying? Could be tiny.
Learning a new recipe, like you said.
Or saying hi to someone new, starting that little project you keep putting off.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just identify that one thing and consider taking that first, maybe slightly shaky step.
Because really, whatever happens, whether it's amazing or a bit messy,
You'll learn something.
definitely. About the thing itself, maybe, but definitely about yourself.
Yeah. In the end, life's just this ongoing exploration, right?
Totally. So many possibilities locked away. Inside us, out in the world.
And just being willing to try, to step into that unknown,
Hmm.
that seems to be the key.
That's the key to unlocking it all. Your potential, new joys, everything.
Well, thanks for diving deep into this with me today. Hopefully it's given everyone something to think about, maybe even a little push.
Hope so. It was a great chat.
Until our next exploration.